Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to see the new concept and it's regarding the Docker. So basically why the Docker is introduced and how the before the Docker releases the development happens. So basically we will understand the why basically Docker is introduced and what is the syndrome on that. So the before Docker the multiple times the developer says like it works on my machine and it fails on the production. So this is one syndrome you can assume that, and what exactly that syndrome, so we will discuss in a detail so that you will understand what exactly that. Let's assume I have a one machine and in that machine one application is running here. The machine is basically it's a Linux machine, and for running that applications we have some configuration here, some setup. So this is a suppose it's Angular application, and it's Angular application. For the running that applications we install here node version 16 and also the Angular 16 CLI. So in this case that application is running, and suppose if the in the future there is the new requirement that applications we need to run on the Windows or Mac operating system. So what we can do for this, so suppose this is the new developer is came for that, and this developer is working on that using that application, same applications, and deploying on this machine on the Mac operating system. Now in this case what will happen, so the new developer suppose in case he installed a node latest version 20 instead of the 16, and Angular same suppose latest version we can assume it's a 20, and that version he installed, and there is the dependencies he added on the Mac operating system, but the previously Linux operating system is working on this configuration Node.js 16 and Angular 16. So might be there will be the issue on that Mac operating system because the configuration is not meet for that requirements, and based on that it might be failed on the Mac or Windows operating system. Or let's assume suppose a new team member is joined this project and it is a new developer for this project, and suppose to install and run this same configuration on his machine, he also need to set up the same thing on his machine. So every time we cannot install the things which has caused the issues on our operating systems, right? So overcome this drawback, so Docker is introduced, and this is a Docker container. So basically what is a container, what exactly that Docker container? So let's understand the what is the container here. So the container is we can say technically for our code, and its dependency can be used under single unit, and that same single unit can pass to the developers. So this is the single unit you can assume. So all the dependencies of the particular application it is combined in one single unit. So it's Node, Angular, and whatever the databases, so whatever the related dependencies for run the particular application, so that we can combine in one unit, and that unit we can pass to the particular developer to run this or deploy this particular application. So what will happen using this, so when we pass that whole dependencies as a unit, we can make the package using this Docker container, and that container we can pass direct. So now every time in individual systems we no need to install any dependency, so we can make container and pass to the same for deploy, and this is called the container basically. So whatever the dependencies for our application that can bunch in the single unit, and that unit can be passed to the developer. So this is the basically use of the Docker, and using this Docker we can make our application maintainable. What will happen in this approach, because when you use this scenario, in that case every developer should only use that same packages whatever came from the Docker container, and that Docker container automatically bind that all images, and he can run that or deploy that application on the multiple servers. And because of that Docker is highly demanded in today's applications. These are some advantages for the Docker, like consistent environment everywhere, lightweight and efficient, and faster deployment. So because of that everyone can easily use the Docker, and they can deploy their applications on the server.